Hey guys, Lieutenant Governor Robinson and your Republican nominee for governor as well, of course. Well, guys, the news media is at it again. My opponent is at it again. You all have seen the half-truths and outright lies of Josh Stein on these ads over and over again. And now a story leaked by him to CNN is appearing now. Let me reassure you, the things that you will see in that story, those are not the words of Mark Robinson. You know my words, you know my character, and you know that I have been completely transparent in this race and before.
North Carolina's Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson, and darling of the MAGA party, is in the denial phase of everyone discovering who he is. Now, it's time to act like no one cares.
Folks, this race right now, our opponents are desperate to shift the focus here from the substantive issues and focus on what you are concerned with to salacious tabloid trash. We cannot allow that to happen. And folks, we've seen this type of stuff in the past as well. Clarence Thomas famously once said he was the victim of a high-tech lynching. Well, it looks like Mark Robinson is too, by a man who refuses to stand on stage and debate me about the real issues that face you. Instead, they want to focus on salacious tabloid lies. We're not going to let them do that. We are staying in this race. We are in it to win it. And we know that with your help, we will. God bless you. And we will see you where? On the campaign trail.
The campaign trail? Is that a new XXX site?
I want to warn viewers that this report includes some disturbing and rather graphic comments.
Jake, CNN found a series of highly disturbing posts made on the message board of a pornographic website more than a decade ago, and we traced them directly to Mark Robinson. I want to walk people through just some of them. Take a look right here at this one. In one post, Robinson called himself a, quote, black Nazi, and when describing then President Barack Obama, writing, quote, I'd take Hitler over any of the that's in Washington right now. It even goes beyond that. Another disturbing post, Robinson defended slavery, writing, quote, slavery is not that bad, and I wish they would bring slavery back. I would certainly buy a few. All of these comments and many others that you can read on CNN.com were made on the message board of a porn website called Nude Africa. And Jake, in addition to those posts, he also expressed views on Nude Africa that sharply contradict his current policies as a socially conservative candidate for governor. For example, he has been vocally anti-transgender, but look at what Robinson wrote on the porn message board more than a decade ago, writing that he, quote, liked watching transgender porn, adding, quote, that's effing hot, and called himself a, quote, perv. In another thread that was discussing the story of a woman who said she was raped by her taxi driver while drunk, Robinson wrote, quote, and the moral of this story, don't F a drunk white bitch.
Nah, it must be fake news, CNN going after another innocent Republican that isn't hypocritical or hiding a secret life of perversion and celebration of sexual assault at all. I mean, where's the proof?
Yeah, so CNN, Jake, we found that Robinson consistently used that same username, Mini Soldier, that he used on Nude Africa in all of his social media. You can see it here. He used it on Pinterest, Black Planet, YouTube. He even used it as his Twitter handle. His full name was also listed on Nude Africa, and an email we found he used on Nude Africa, he used on several other websites. Now, the biographical data from multiple websites using the name Mini Soldier matches Robinson exactly, the exact date of birth, his hometown, the fact that his mother worked at an HBCU, that his favorite episode of The Twilight Zone is number 22.
Damn. They got this guy identified all the way down to his favorite Twilight Zone episode. How's Mini Soldier, gonna explain this?
Do you deny that this account is you?
Well, first off, let me say thank you so much for allowing me to come here and clear the air. We absolutely do. This is not us. These are not our words, and this is not anything that is characteristic of me, nor has it ever been.
How do you explain all of the matching details on this profile? The profile on Nude Africa lists your full name as Mark Robinson. The email listed on the account is an email that you have used elsewhere on the internet, including with your photo. You have used that name, Mini Soldier, on multiple social media accounts, including Twitter, Pinterest, Black Planet, and YouTube. How can you deny, with all of these matching details, that this is you?
Look, I'm not going to get into the minutia of how somebody manufactured these salacious tabloid lies, but I can tell you this: there's been over $1 million spent on me through AI by a billionaire son who's bound and determined to destroy me. The things that people can do with the internet now is incredible. But what I can tell you is this: again, these are not my words. This is simply tabloid trash being used as a distraction from the substantive issues that the people of this state are facing.
You mentioned AI. Are you saying that somebody was somehow manufacturing biographical details to exactly match you using your username?
Look, I have no idea how this was done. I have absolutely no idea how it was done. And I have 5 weeks left in this campaign to focus on the substantive issues that North Carolinians face. I do not have time for tabloid trash. We don't want a governor who's going to be a person that can't be counted on to tell the truth. It's just like Clarence Thomas said years ago. This is a high-tech lynching. And, back long years ago, they used to use rope. Now they're using cable.
I don't know how they used AI in 2008 to launch this coordinated attack on me, but I know they did it. Just ask my hero, Clarence Thomas, about these lynchings of us black folks that I said I'm in favor of. Clarence Thomas is probably wishing Mark's ass would have left him out of this, since his name was just starting to fade from the news cycle. I'm only a corrupt Supreme Court justice that took bribes from sugar daddies and ruled on cases that directly affected their wallets and my standing in the Republican Party. I never did no nasty shit like this. So even if Thomas may not want to stand with him, the North Carolina GOP is. Mark Robinson has categorically denied the allegations made by CNN, but that won't stop the left from trying to demonize him via personal attacks. The left needs this election to be a personality contest, not a policy contest, because if voters are focused on policy, Republicans win on Election Day. Democrats have no answers on the record-setting inflation and the open border policies that have both defined VP Harris's tenure in the White House and have decimated family budgets across North Carolina. The left can try to smear Mark Robinson all they want, but when voters go to the polls on Election Day, they're going to be asking one simple question: are you better off now than you were 4 years ago? The answer is overwhelmingly no, and that's why Republicans will win on November 5th. That may be what the Republican leadership in the state is putting out, but it's being reported that behind closed doors, they're afraid this will hurt them in the state, and possibly with the former president, who loves him some Mark Robinson.
Here's the fact. Robinson's Trump's guy.
He's been an unbelievable Lieutenant Governor, Mark Robinson.
Robinson writing, quote, "I am a black Nazi."
Mark Robinson, he's out there, he's fighting. He's a great one. He's a good man.
Robinson defended slavery, writing, quote, "Slavery is not that bad. I wish they would bring slavery back. I would certainly own a few."
One of the strongest and bravest new voices in the Republican Party. He's been a great supporter of mine, and I'm a great supporter of his. Your incredible Lieutenant Governor, Mark Robinson.
That Robinson used slurs on the website. We found that he often used anti-gay slurs, he used an anti-Jewish slur, he used an anti-Muslim slur.
Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson of North Carolina. What a job you're doing.
He enjoys, quote, watching transgender porn, saying, quote, "That's effing hot. It takes the man out while leaving the man in," and then adding, quote, "I'm a perv too."
Keep in mind that he has called transgender kids sick and demonic.
You're a very popular guy, Mark. And somebody that really took this country by storm, not just the state, but took the country by storm.
It doesn't get any clearer than that. He's Trump's guy. His vicious and demeaning approach to political discourse is what attracted Trump to him. It's what made Trump think that he's MLK on steroids and that he's hot. And by the way, side note, Robinson's sexual interest looks like just another admission of another conservative railing against trans folks' existence while also enjoying it in private.
Well, there's this set of voters that looks at somebody like Mark Robinson and says, man, he is just too extreme to vote for. I think he's nuts, but Trump, he's still my guy. There's always been this gap where people who think that these people that Trump is attracting to the party are too extreme, but Trump is fine. And I just want to say, the thing that Trump is doing, though, Trump brings all these cranks into the party. Trump is a conspiracy theorist. Trump is a liar. Trump is a crazy person. Trump is a misogynist. And as a result, more and more of those people are coming into the party. But Trump has a little something, the celebrity and other elements that he's sort of baked into the culture in a way that people forgive him in a way that they don't these other politicians.
The worst part about all this having to be revealed is that this is the least surprising news about Mark Robinson. It's actually an indictment of MAGA supporters that had no problem with the litany of abhorrent stances and hateful things that this guy has said. You know, as long as Donald Trump says he likes the guy, they like the guy, with no care in the world that he openly said all this to uproarious applause.
Idiotic guy was on stage with Candace Owens a few days ago and asked her, what America are we going back to make America great again? The one where women couldn't vote or black people were swinging from trees? I would say to him, if I was standing in front of him, I absolutely want to go back to the America where women couldn't vote. That is what the left is doing with the Harvey Weinsteins, the Bill Cosbys, the Matt Lauers. They have picked out an elite group of people that have committed these so-called sexual crimes or whatever kind of crimes they've committed or offenses, and they have thrown those people underneath the bus. They come up with these convoluted numbers about, well, you know, if you have 15,000 people that have AR-15s, 12 of those people are likely to get killed, and then school shootings happen, and then the children die. Get mad at me if you want to. Some folks need killing. It's time for somebody to say it. It's not a matter of vengeance. It's not a matter of being mean or spiteful. It's a matter of necessity.